Some people say that poor people can just pick themselves up by their own bootstraps. Government has created an economic ladder that's equally available to anyone as it is anyone else, and it just doesn't matter. That's not true. Government actually is in the way of poor people lifting themselves up by their bootstraps by essentially taking away the ladder as well as their bootstraps. Since the 1970s, approximately, they've given away free handouts, socialism of $50 trillion to the richest billion-dollar businesses in the world, in the country, which happens to be in the world. It's an economic system that is completely rigged against poor people and middle-class people, but let's stay focused on poor people. So we can't get, in some places, free lunch for kids, let alone healthcare, Medicare for all, stronger social safety nets to catch people when they fall so that nobody needs to end up homeless or without food, shelter, safety, security, education, healthcare, all those things. They say we can't afford it, but we've given $50 trillion away since the 1970s to the richest multi-billion dollar businesses in the world because those companies financially bribe our elected leaders, Democrats and Republicans. And so they have effectively stood in the way of poor people being able to climb that ladder of opportunity. It's not impossible. They can still do it, but it's incredibly difficult. And it's certainly much easier if you already have a couple $1 billion in a big billion-dollar company that you've likely inherited, because all new wealth in this country, 60%, more than half of all the new wealth in this country is inherited wealth. So it's not like these people today with these big companies created it. It's been handed down to them from generations. So much for a meritocracy, man. So how do we solve this problem? You got to find out who's running for office who does not take any corporate money, because those are bribes. Find out who the unbribed are, and then show up in the primary seasons before the general elections and nominate them so that when the general elections come around, we have someone to vote for rather than someone just to vote against, and we got to pick between two people we don't like very much, the lesser of two evils, or just not show up at all. This strategy sucks. So we got to find out who the unbribed is. Go to places like opensecrets, I think, .org, and find out who the unbribed are. Otherwise, the whole economic system is rigged against you, especially if you're poor. That ladder they say is there, it's not really there. That ladder has been taken away. The bootstraps have been taken away. The government has effectively, proactively gotten in the way to keep people from going up that economic ladder. So, all those things they tell you, they're pretty little lies to make us feel good about living in the land of equal opportunity. But it's not equal opportunity. It's not impossible. It's just much more difficult if you're poor. Feel free to share this video.